Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. It is great to speak to you tonight. So, I'm feeling all a bit emotional. And I think I might sort of... Oh no, wait. No, it's all right. It's gone. I'm fine.
Did you have a bit of wind, Dave?
I think it was wind, yeah.
I mean, come on. There's quite a lot to unload on tonight's episode, but my fucking God. I mentioned it yesterday in the show that I'd read online someone say, if Sophie goes, Connor will go. If Connor goes, Sophie's not going to go and she'll do a mic. And that's exactly what we... Yeah. And then we got this absolutely faker than fake bullshit from China. Fucking no tears whatsoever. She must be the only person who can evaporate her own tears, Dave. There was nothing sincere about her. She is absolutely, at the moment for me, she is atrocious. Not what she's done, because, you know, we all said about Connor, he's not a nice lad. But as an entity, what she's done, I was just like, and now you're trying to get the girls involved. Then eventually she did have a cry, didn't she, when she was thinking, oh shit, I have to put this on. But for me, that was faker than fake. And everybody I saw online again, Dave, I just put Sophie in. And the actual trending Twitter tag for her tonight was LOL Sophie. Laugh out loud Sophie. Everyone was saying, and it was like the number 2 trending hashtag on Twitter around the UK. And everyone is saying, fucking, the only person who cries about any tears, it was fucking nonsense. You know what it was like?
I remember one, last year in the UK season, though. Old Tommy and what's her face?
Oh, Molly May.
Molly May. She was another one, wasn't she? Crying with no tears. So, I mean, maybe this is a phenomenon, you know, maybe there's a bit of a Prince Andrew thing, you know. He apparently couldn't sweat, and maybe they can't produce tears.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah. Fuck me. I mean, come on. I mean, it was obvious Connor was going to go. And I've got to say, Callum again, it wasn't just down to Callum, I know that. But fucking Shauna just completely railroading anybody's argument regarding who they were voting off. Completely. She's like, he's going to be lost in there, Connor. How the fuck do you know that? How do you know?
She's a domineering personality. She's the proper matriarch, isn't she? And I tell you what annoyed me, actually, Chris, was her comment to Jess after. You know, so there was a bit of speculation in the villa, you know, is Sophie going? I'm sat at home, I'm thinking, there's fucking zero chance she's going. But they're like obviously discussing it. And she said to Jess, she said, well, if you didn't go, you know, a twin, then no one's going to go. And I'm like, what fucking relevance is that? You're in there to find love. You know, you're in there to meet someone who you haven't met before. They fucking already know who each other is if you're a twin. You know, You're not going to leave Love Island if your twin's gone. I just thought she just wants to fucking insert herself into everything and just have the final say on it all. And there's a few things that she's doing that just, I don't know. I was warming to her initially, but I'm going a bit cold on her now.
Yeah. I'm the same. And also, like, so obviously they go, Sophie goes, and then we get the 2 new people. So we get Demi and we get...
It's Wallace Gromit.
With no teen up there at all, Dave.
William Wallace. Freedom! Can't get more Scottish than that, can you?
No, you can't. I think what made me laugh, and I was getting a bit annoyed, was Paige, because Paige has been picked to go on the date. She was fucking loving it when she got picked. And obviously Finley looks a bit out of sorts. I'm not saying that he was like, it doesn't bother me. And I'm thinking, well, your face says it does. But then when the roles were reversed, then Finley's on this date with Demi, who I've got to say, Dave, is quite a good looking girl. She was going, That's it. That's why I don't get involved with people. Sat there having a fucking dinner that he's got to have that you've just had with Wallace.
But you know what's more frustrating, Chris, is I know what tomorrow's going to be now. So tomorrow it's going to be, it's your age. You're just too immature for me.
Yeah.
It's like she's going to, 100%, she's going to bring up his age again and throw that in his face. Now, to be honest, it looked like he was having a pretty good time, but don't be fucking jumping up and down going, he's Scottish, and, getting all giddy because you've been selected and then completely go off on one at Finn. So I don't know. I'm sure I said last week, she is just hard work and she's just showing that. And, again, I just think tomorrow, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be all about his age and his immaturity. And again, there's a nucleus of a strong relationship, I think, there. But I just think that there's too many obstacles for them. I can't see him working, to be honest, because she's got this hang up about his age, and just is, like I say, she's a grade A hypocrite. So I can't see many hypocrites being happy just generally in life.
No, I think what I don't get is she was playing it up as a joke initially, and then it just became more. She's just getting more and more annoyed. I'm thinking she's not even spoke to fucking poor Finley here. I'm not saying if Dave, women's intuition is a thing. It is a thing. It's genuinely is a real thing. I say, but a man will expose. But no, scientifically they say it's the connection between a woman and a baby and stuff like that. It is a thing. So tuition wise, you might be thinking, he's going to have me off. But at least, and we could be wrong, and we could be sat here tomorrow going, you know what, she was fucking right. What a bastard Finley is. But I can't see anything that he's done wrong. And he didn't react like that when she was on the date with Wallace. So I honestly don't get it at all. I just think she's very, very fiery, very, very insecure, which is fine. We can all be insecure. We've all done it, been there, done it, got the T-shirt. But it's like, you're on a fucking TV show called Love Island. What the hell do you expect? I'm baffled at times. I know they say eventually everybody, like with Big Brother and that, everyone forgets the cameras are on him. And it's just your normal, natural self comes out. But my God, it's very strange, very strange.
What I find odd, though, she's 22, for fuck's sake. She's not 42. And when she comes out with statements like, I've been there, done that, I'm not having it anymore, kind of thing, as if she's got all this worldly experience. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, just get on with it. But someone needs to have a word with her, really, and just, Naz is there, isn't he? He's like a token woman, isn't he? He's like everyone's best friend in there. But he's kind of like, well, he's certainly not telling it. I think if me and you were in there, we wouldn't necessarily lay it on in the same way that we're talking now. But it's like, well, you can't really criticize. You can't giggle up and down and then get the ump with him. Sometimes, you don't recognize your own behavior until someone else calls you out on it. And no one in there is really helping her see that she's been a complete hypocrite. So I think she needs someone to just have that word.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. And just moving on slightly from that, Dave, we got a sort of a conclusion to the Rebecca and Shanice situation where they had a bit of a truce, didn't they? And what I want to lead on to, Dave, is we've had three emails over the last couple of days. Two of them have been from a list, which is a great name. I think it's Kayla Monsanto. And I just want to read it out because she does go into the Shanice and Rebecca thing, and obviously a little bit as well. So she just put, hey guys, I'm an American Love Island viewer and I look forward to the podcast every day. I just want to throw my 2 cents in about Shanice and Rebecca. I don't like either girls, but Rebecca definitely came in with an attitude that she doesn't mind stepping on people's toes. I do agree that Rebecca doesn't owe Shanice anything. So if she wants to make out with Connor and then pick Luke, she shouldn't expect Shanice to be kind to her. I'm just thankful for some drama finally. So that was the first email. So then we get a second one, which is great. Here we go. Love the podcast, as I said. Just wanted to follow up after the last episode. I don't dislike Leanne, but it was obvious she never liked Mike. They both shouldn't have closed themselves off to other people so soon. Paige is clearly trying to start arguments and kick off with Finn, so she has a reason to get with whatever new guys in the villa, which is what we both said, Dave. I hope Naz and Demi get on. Keep up the amazing job. I listen to the podcast on the train to work. Lots of love from New York. Well, Kayla, myself and Dave love a bit of New York. I was there over Christmas, so I hope your commute on that subway is just as enjoyable listening to us both. So I love stuff like that, Dave. I really do. And finally, we'll dissect them in a sec. Our good friend Karen sent an email over, Dave, and it's simply titled, Mike is ick. And obviously, she just watched the show. So, hi, guys. Totally agree with you guys about Shanice, thinking all new guys are in there for her. Can't bear her voice or facial expressions or even hand gestures. Not a fan. Not warming to Rebecca either, but she didn't have to warn Shanice before picking Luke. It's a game. And surely after a number of years of this being on TV, they all know what happens. Don't think she'll be a fan favourite. You run Connor down about his psycho behaviour, which I do agree with. But Sophie will stop winding him up. If she does really like him, stop doing the things that she knows will upset him for a laugh. She's right. I think Shauna at the beginning was just as controlling over Callum. And don't even get me started about Paige. The way she feels threatened and throws a dummy out, if Finn glances at another girl. If looks could kill when the meal was being prepared for the Wallace and Demi, they'd all be dead. She's so jealous and insecure. Oh, yeah, another moan. Why the expressions hand over face astonishment when they are told that they have to vote out one of their friends? And then she's put in capitals. Have they not watched the previous shows? This always happens. And she's right. And then she's put Mikey's ick, and she agrees with Leanne. Don't see Luke and Jess working. Who else? Still not 100% sure on names. Is not as hooked as previous series. But I have to watch so I know what you guys are talking about. LOL. Karen. So Dave, brilliant. Again, it seems that a lot of the listeners, and we can't thank you enough, guys, is just listening to me and you, Dave.
Yeah.
That's
it's
brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant, though, isn't it? To get all the different opinions, and definitely the Rebecca and Shanice thing is one that splits it a bit. So we did have something from Terence Blake on Twitter. It says, "Hey guys, glad you're back. You got it all wrong on the Rebecca Shanice situation. Rebecca snaked her twice. She was all over Connor with a G. Then all of a sudden, Becca is a man-eater. Loved the show." And we've also had one from Agnes Fraser as well. It says, "No way Rebecca doesn't already have a fella. I give it max 2 weeks before the truth comes out. She's just gone for a free holiday to boost her modeling portfolio." And so I think definitely, the whole Rebecca Shanice, I think, we saw it slightly differently, didn't we? But I think we both agreed, neither Shanice and Rebecca had come off particularly well in that. And although they kind of buried the hatchet, I think they've just seen their arse, to be honest. They've just gone, oh, fuck, if we're at each other's throats, this isn't going to come across well to the public. So we should just try and sort of fake bury the hatchet. But I don't believe for a second it's really gone. And I tell you what, Chris, I would fucking love it if the same happened again.
You know what, though? I think you're right, because I honestly, Terence is right. I did take a step back, and, it's not one of them ones where you swayed because someone's disagreed with us. That's what it's all about. It's opinions make the world go round. But I'd never really looked at it like that. And I think, Terence, what Rebecca did is she's totally gaslit Shanice completely. She has just gone in. But you are right. Connor G goes who she'd snogged. And then she's like, oh, shit, I need to get with someone else.
Sorry, I gave you mixed signals. Oh, right. Well, oh, no, the wrong impression, she said, didn't she? So, what,
yeah.
snogging your face off?
Yeah.
That's usually a good indicator.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate. Then she high-fived him. No, she didn't. That was Leanne. But yeah, I think that's a great call for the simple reason is playing a game. I've said to you before, Dave, there's going to be some people in there, having watched it for so many years, that are proper trained, proper specced up. They've got a talent agency behind them. They know what to say, when to say it. Like what Sophie did. That was so convoluted bullshit to try and sell the audience. It was like watching, as I'm a wrestling fan, it was like watching a fucking wrestling when they try and tell a story and it just doesn't come off and you're like, don't believe a fucking word of this. Yeah. And I think that's what Rebecca's done. She's been specced up, what to say, when to say it. She's obviously had some sort of a profile lifestyle before this to a point. That's exactly what she's doing. I think then you get maybe Leanne and that, who probably aren't as savvy with that. They probably haven't got management company behind them. They probably will after this. And that's where we're at. And that's why you're getting this divide. So Terence could be completely right on Shanice and stuff. I just don't like Shanice. I'm trying, Dave. I just don't fucking like her. Some of the stuff she comes out with.
I don't like her, to be honest, and that's a perception built up over the last few weeks. You know, she just I just don't think she's got a very nice personality at all. Everything comes across as fake. So when she's having these conversations, everything is fake. You know, like, oh, I like Disney princesses. Well, who doesn't like fucking Disney? You know, we don't all make a big thing of it. And so, yeah, I tell you what, I was thinking about in that conversation she was having with Luke T, though. I mean, I hate this bloody food challenge. It's so rank. And when they're doing, like, you know, the blue cheese and stuff, and Paige is gagging, I'm right there with her. I'm like, oh, no, I wouldn't be up for that at all. But Luke T, have a fucking wash.
Yeah.
When you come back, you got dry yogurt all over your face, or milk, or whatever it was, and he's trying to be all flirty with Shanice. It's like, have a fucking wash, man. Or jump in the pool. There's a pool right there. I was just looking at it, going, you know, gagging. It's like, oh, it's bloody horrible.
Well, finally, Dave, actually, you're right. And finally, we'll probably get into this on tomorrow's episode for the simple reason it's going to reveal itself on tomorrow's Love Island show. The Mike and Leanne situation is over. She has the it, Dave. And they've given us a preview. And I've got to say, I'm not feeling too clever about what Leanne said. However, we did say, I don't think she likes him. So you said it. I think it was yourself who said it, Dave, first of all. You know, you don't like him touching her and all that. And you can see this clearly when Mike was saying that time when Luke T came in, he went, oh, this lovely, fine young lady. And she's like, get your fucking hands off me. You know what I mean? So I want to see it in context of the show. So I don't want to shoot me load. But looking at the preview, it's not looking good for them. And I'm not happy with what Leanne said because I think that's a bit disrespectful. However, let's see how it plays out and how they edit it before I go in on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem a bit out of order. Now, we don't know. Mike could have done something that's really pissed her off, and so it's a heat of the moment kind of statement. But I think I said earlier this week, you know, she flip-flops back and forth, doesn't she? So after she went on the date, she's like, maybe I'm into Mike, you know. But certainly the whole crisp high five thing last week was a good indicator. I mean, I bet if it was Naz, she'd give him a hug. I mean, just because you give someone a hug, it doesn't. It's a comforting thing, isn't it? It doesn't mean you're going to start shagging.
Yeah.
So to actually, you know, explicitly say, you know, I don't want a hug. You know, a high five is enough. Is probably just, you know, probably should have just taken that and run with that rather than I think I was a little bit fooled by what she said earlier this week that, you know, Mike, oh yeah, maybe I am into you.
Yeah. I think it's a good call, and we'll leave that and save our, you know, keep the powder dry for tomorrow. So, guys, thanks again, and thank you so much for the emails. As we always say, if you want to email in, as Karen did, as Kayla did, and obviously the interactions on Twitter from Agnes and Terence, we are available on Twitter at Love Island Cast, and also the email is the loveislandcast@gmail.com. And if you get chance, please get your reviews out there because myself and Dave are just creeping up there, you know. At some point, we may even hit 50 reviews, Dave. So we're only 38,942 behind the actual main show, but it's not about the quantity, it's the quality. And we really enjoy doing the show, guys. And also, just a final note, which if you do follow our social media channels, Dave pulled out the Darth Vader no, because Love Island USA is coming out in the spring, so I don't think we're going to get much of a break. And then we are straight into it. And Dave, at this point, is deleting me from every single form of communication.
I tell you, I hope there's not a crossover though, because that was grueling last year to do the UK and US together. I think
exactly.
Let's see what the dates are.
Dave, let's break the fourth wall. We both work, don't we? And we have different schedules. So to get together at night at this time to record is a lot. I mean, I'm up at 3:30 every day. You're up early yourself. You know, it's a long day for us. And then, I mean, we love it. We absolutely love it when we were doing two. We're trying to fit in watching them. It's like, you just Love Island out on me fucking dinner. Or if I had 15 minutes somewhere, I'm like, right, get Love Island on. I've got to watch it, you know, because the US one is obviously not on when the UK is. It's easy for us to jump on with the UK one. We literally watch it, jump straight on the podcast. But with the US one, it's no time is not on our side. As much as we love it, it is a grand. I agree. Please, for the love of God, do not cross over like it did last summer. Please do not do that.
I know what you did last summer.
So, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you next Tuesday.